The MCU is full of so many different types of characters, whether it's fighters, defenders, or even weapon experts. We all know that several MCU characters are fond of weapons, but which ones are the experts at using them? Well, stay tuned to today's video as we discuss the top weapon experts in the MCU. War Machine. War Machine is the first weapons expert on today's list, as James Rhodes made his debut in the original Iron Man movie. In this movie, he was played by a different actor, but still portrayed as a close friend of Tony Stark, and was one of the first people to find out about the secret identity of his best friend. Whilst he didn't suit up in the first Iron Man movie, it didn't take long for him to fight alongside Iron Man in its sequel, Iron Man 2, and he continued to fight alongside Tony Stark in the Marvel Cinematic Universe ever since. His suit has gone through a lot of changes, similar to how Tony Stark's has, but a lot of things have stayed the same. Despite all of the suit changes, his Iron Man suit is fully loaded with various types of missiles and guns, and it's a bit more focused on everyday weapon types compared to Tony Stark, who uses a lot more energy weapons. War Machine still has a hugely bright future in the MCU, as he is getting his own Disney Plus film by the name of Armor Walls. This does not have a release date at the time of writing today's video, but it's awesome to see such a phenomenal character get his own series. We hope that in this series we get to learn more about his Iron Man suit and how all the weapons play into one another. It seems like Rhodey is going to be an integral part of the MCU going forward and should be the last remaining character similar to Iron Man aside from Ironheart. Hawkeye. Hawkeye is the next character in today's list, as he is also a huge weapon expert within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Hawkeye, aka Clint Barton, is one of the original 6 Avengers in the film and is one who does not claim to have any sort of ability or superpower compared to the other people like Iron Man, who has a suit of armor. Hawkeye is completely right, as he doesn't have that one special ability that carries him throughout the fights. Instead, the claim to fame that Clint Barton can hide behind is their incredible aim and his trusty bow. Rather than using guns to be more effective, Hawkeye intends to use a bow and arrow to take down his foes. His arrow case features a lot of different attachments and can allow his arrow bolts to melt, break apart, or even explode at will with a controller on his bow and arrow. Hawkeye isn't one of the strongest Avengers, but made himself a valuable part of the team and is one of the few people that Nick Fury trusts with several sensitive missions and information in the MCU. From what we can tell right now, Hawkeye seems to be passing on his title to his recent protege, Kate Bishop. At the end of the Hawkeye series, he didn't exactly pass the name on just yet, but it seems like in the next few years, Kate Bishop will become our new Hawkeye in the MCU. Black Widow. Black Widow is our next character, and she makes a lot of sense to appear on this list, as she was trained to use everything that she could. Natasha Romanoff, otherwise known as the Black Widow, has made her place in the MCU and has left her mark as one of the most important Avengers in the history of the team, and turned out to be the soul of them all. Whenever the Avengers would drift apart, Natasha Romanoff was there to bring them back together. During Avengers Endgame, she immediately takes the lead and keeps everyone connected no matter how far away from each other they were. Even if they were out in vast areas of space such as the Guardians of the Galaxy, there are many reasons why Nick Fury and avid MCU watchers consider her one of the most powerful on Earth. She is one of the most powerful allies within the MCU, as she is an expert fighter, a spy, and a marksman in every sense of the word. Before she was eventually recruited by S.H.I.E.L.D., she was a deadly assassin trained by the Red Room, where she killed hundreds of enemies with accurate precision and did not get detected once. Black Widow is a character who can demonstrate her skills at any time and would always be up for a fight if necessary. Due to all of the training she went through as a child, she is adept in basically every weapon form and every accessory you could ever think of. This means that in terms of a weapons expert within the MCU, she has to be in the top 10. She knows what to do with every single piece of equipment, and no matter what you give her, she could kill someone with it. Gamora. Gamora might not be a character many would think of when going through the top weapon experts within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but stick with us, as she deserves a spot on this list. Gamora is the daughter of Thanos and is known across the entire galaxy as a ruthless swordswoman who has incredible skill with her blade. She will often go into any type of battle with just a sword and could hold her own against any form of enemy. Whilst the main Gamora was killed by Thanos in Avengers Infinity War, there was another version of the character that reappeared and should be the main story point going into Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. 3. Her incredible skill goes across both of these versions, as Thanos still had the same daughter in both timelines. Though Gamora was not able to kill Thanos in Avengers Infinity War, it does show that she has incredible skill while fighting against even the Reality Stone version of the character. Gamora has also won several doors with her sister Nebula throughout her time, showing just how talented and skilled the daughter of Thanos can be. Hela, the goddess of death, sadly didn't have much screen time within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but she made a massive impact on fans with her debut in Thor Ragnarok. She immediately showed her strength, which only would get stronger if she happened to appear within Asgard, as she can create any weapon that she wants to wield just by thinking about it. She is also one of the very few people within the Marvel Cinematic Universe who can wield Mjolnir, or Thor's hammer. She was originally the wielder before she was forced to live her days out in hell by Odin, and she took her revenge by destroying Mjolnir in a fight when Thor threw it at her. She just makes her return to Asgard in the film and even takes on Asgard's entire army, bringing on Ragnarok. She single-handedly takes down everyone in Asgard with various weapons that she's able to create with her powers. She is overall just one of the biggest and most powerful weapon experts within the MCU, and you would not want to go in a fight against her. Rocket Raccoon. The final weapon expert we're talking about in today's video is none other than Rocket Raccoon. He's currently one of the smartest characters within the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe and is also a hugely powerful weapons expert. Unlike most others who are smarter than the MCU, Rocket Raccoon can take that into his battle IQ and become one of the smartest and most versatile fighters in the entire franchise. He has gotten out of a myriad of situations by creating weapons on the fly or using bombs from his pockets. He uses anything that he can grab and turns it into some sort of weapon with insane precision and speed. On top of all of this, when he's equipped with the weapons and gadgets that he's created himself, he is untouchable. If you look at scenes in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, you can see Rocket Raccoon being able to fight back against the vast majority of the Avengers without even breaking a sweat. Rocket Raccoon is also a part of one of the biggest bromances within the Marvel Cinematic Universe with his friend Thor. As in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, the two share a lot of screen time. We also got to see Rocket Raccoon in a small portion of Thor Love and Thunder, where he featured at the start of the film alongside Thor. Here, he still showed how powerful he was. Even if he had very little screen time to do it, Rocket Raccoon is an insanely powerful character, and you really would not want to mess with him in any fight. We are excited to see what he does in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and if he is going to survive it or not. The trailers paint a picture that this film might be heavily based on his backstory and what is going to happen to him in the future. We know that raccoons don't actually live that long, and Rocket consistently comments on it himself. And that's the end of today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this latest video. If you did, would you please let us know in the comments section below? It would be very helpful. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, and of course subscribe to the channel with the notification bell rung. Thank you for watching today's video. Bye!